Very quick video about UKIP, and obviously we've got a leadership election coming up imminently, and this is really to anyone that's joined UKIP as a result of our movement joining UKIP, because of course despite some groups now wanting to distance themselves from UKIP, which I think is a huge mistake, but that's another story. Many people on our movement joined UKIP. Many of those people that joined UKIP are obviously eligible to vote in the upcoming leadership election. So the question is, who do we vote for? And I think really the only person that represents our views, and he does represent our views and represents them excellently, is Richard Braine. Richard Braine has been recommended by Gerard as the preferred candidate. He totally supports what we're trying to do. He totally understands the problem that this country faces. He's a man, like Gerard, of absolutely high integrity. I've got to know him again. I've had the privilege of getting to know Richard over the last few months, and he's a family man. He's a man that does what he says and says what he does. And again, he's not overstated, he's not brash, he's not loud-mouthed, he's not a Nigel Farage, but he gets what we're trying to achieve. And if you join the movement as a result of us promoting Gerard, we now know what's happened to Gerard. Gerard has basically been shafted by the UKIP NEC. Well, Gerard has come out and said that if you were going to support him and you were going to vote for him, vote for Richard. Because as far as I know, Gerard's actually standing as Richard's deputy. I could be wrong in that, but that's what I think is going to happen. So get behind Richard in the UKIP election. If you're still a member, make sure you vote. I think the advice is that we vote for Richard twice. You don't put any second preference votes on there for anybody else. You just put an X on each paper for Richard. I think that's how the system works. I'm not sure. I haven't got my voting papers yet. But we've got to get behind Richard. The time is very short to save UKIP. If Richard doesn't get elected to lead UKIP, UKIP will implode, without a shadow of a doubt. Richard is a guy that can actually bring the party together. He's a very clever man, very intellectual man, very good with the mainstream media, at handling the mainstream media. If you look at any of the interviews he's done, they're absolutely world class, very intelligent man. So get behind Richard Braine for UKIP leader. And like Gerard, whenever Gerard stood, the veterans and the different groups that were with us then recommended that everybody got behind Gerard, and we did, and Gerard won the election. And I think now's the time to get behind Richard Braine, and it's going to be like having Gerard, except better, because there's going to be Gerard there in the background as well, so it's going to be good. So yeah, support Richard, get behind Richard, and most importantly, put your X in the box next to his name when you get your polling paper through in the next day or so. See you all soon.